as the title says, Tottenham were incredibly lucky to get a point today against Manchester United at home in the Premier League. It finished Tottenham 2, Manchester United 2. If you're new to the channel, please remember to like, share, comment and subscribe so you never miss a video. Yes, people, another frustrating day at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium as FRANKS Tottenham managed to pick up a point. I mean, it could be a lot worse at Spurs at the moment at home games. We do like to lose, especially in the Premier League. So it was quite nice to obviously not be in that position. But we were atrocious. I am not going to lie to you. Obviously, no kudos today. Apparently, he still has a knock. So all of us Spurs fans that are, you know, liking the medical team or know about the medical team, know that's probably a lot more than what it is. But luckily it's international break, so hopefully we'll be back fit after that, which kind of meant that our kind of front three and midfield was a little bit all over the gaff today. Obviously, we saw Richarlison start out wide on the left. We saw Brennan Johnson on the right, and we saw Kolo Muani up top. And to be honest with you, it was very disjointed. I think there was one chance from Spurs in the first half, a beautifully played ball from Brennan Johnson into the box, perfect for Richarlison to head, and it pings off his shoulder. So that was probably our only golden chance. United had a lot of chances. I think Mbembo had a ball where he put it across the box. There was no one there. We got lucky with that one. But United finally found the goal after Spurs decided to cause our own problems, where Sarr managed to get the ball in our box, play it sharply to Mickey van der Ven, which was probably about 3-4 foot away from him. Mickey couldn't get rid of it. The ball then goes out wide. The ball then comes into the box from United, and Mbembo just has to head it into the back of the net. And Pedro Porro got caught watching. I think Porro had a very poor game today. There's a lot of players I could probably pick out. One of those players, obviously, I did a live watch along today. I did slate Richarlison, but I also would say this: there must be something going on with Richarlison at the moment because his confidence is just really poor at the minute. And as much as we've seen Richarlison been bad at times in his Spurs career, today was a whole nother level. There was times where he was getting the ball, misplacing passes, not being able to hold the ball up, not making the runs. But we'll get onto him a little bit later because we managed to obviously then find a breakthrough very, very late onto the game when Thomas Frank made a few substitutions, which I'm still slightly baffled with, but this is why he's the manager and I'm not, because Matthias Tell did a lovely touch, turned the ball, it had a little bit of deflection and went to the top corner of the goal. It was a great goal from him. I'm glad that he scored. I think we've all kind of said it as Spurs fans. There is a player in there, we just need to bring it out of him. Another player that I was very glad eventually we saw Frank bring on was Odebert. Again, very baffled that he decided to take off Kolo Muani instead of Richarlison. But as we know, further later on in the game, it is why. But Odebert definitely made a different change today. He just adds something different out on that left. And again, can take players on, can whip a cross in. Excellent stuff from him. I would probably go as far as say he's probably out there with my player of the game, even though that he didn't play the whole game in itself. And then obviously that man Richarlison that I slated all game, again, there's something going on with him. I don't know what. It must be something going on at home. But he has been atrocious. But again, that man Odebert takes a shot from outside the box. And Richarlison gets his little head finally on the ball, makes some contact and puts it into the bottom corner of the goal where the keeper can't save. And to be fair to him, he was making save after save after save today. And probably the only maybe 10-minute stint we kind of had all game. So fair play to him. But yeah, Richarlison managed to get that. We think we've won the winner because that is literally on like the 95th and a half minute, and at that point United were also down to 10 men because Sesko had to go off injured and they had already made all of their subs. But it wasn't meant to be because then we see ligt score the winner literally seconds to go, which was incredibly frustrating. But I don't want that last passage of the game to take away from the fact that we were horrendous today. And I feel that Thomas Frank, yes, he made some subs and they did make an impact, but I just think the personnel he brought off, like I thought Simmons was really growing into the game. Why take him off? Blows my mind. But leave Richarlison on. Like again, hindsight's a beautiful thing because Richarlison scored obviously potentially that winner. But I think we got very, very lucky today. Like I say, we didn't lose, but we could have easily have done, if that makes sense. Football is a funny game. But like I say, there was a lot of challenges again. Mickey van der Ven, I can't say much more about the man. He's just beautiful. He's a god. Daddy long legs. Again, put in an amazing tackle to deny Sesko, which is why I think he went off as well because he got injured at that point. But yeah, not the best against the Spurs. I'm still very, very worried, especially with our home form in the Premier League. I don't know where we kind of look from here. I'm hoping after international break, Kudus will be back, so we'll have that winger back out there. But yeah, Not the best of games, not the worst, but like I say, we're going to dissect this in more detail on Monday on Hollie's Hotspurs Live. It's going to be back, so make sure you tune in for that one. I'll be joined by Ali Speechy, Becky Day, and potentially Jim from Oso Spurs, so it'll be a very good lineup to obviously dissect everything that went on today. And like I say, thanks to everybody that tuned into the watch along. I do really, really appreciate it. It's a lot of fun, especially when Spurs aren't playing their best. It's good to just have a laugh in the chat. Also, thank you to everybody that has donated to my walk. Obviously, I did manage to do my 100 miles in the end. £645 was raised. So thank you to everybody. I know there were some of you on Hollie's Hotspurs that have donated. So thank you very much. And like I say, it leaves me to say, make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And until next time on Monday, come on you Spurs.